find any inspiration in this, we have done, and you have done your noble part.
El Maestro Speaks Podcast.
Okay, and we are here. Who's that? Still having hard time with this recording. Still figuring out what went wrong with the one I'm using before. So,
As do you too.
how do you do? How are you?
Great.
So the introduction. Okay. With me,
Yeah,
with
right.
me in this episode of this podcast, with me is my prettiest sister, none other than. Alright. You have to talk because somebody's using this with listening to this, not watching the video.
I thought you were gonna continue. So that's it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you for having me again. So
What happened this week? So what's been going on? Any chismis that you wanna
it's
share?
not chismis. Life update. Life update.
It's live update. Let's go for current events. What's your opinion about July 1, right? That was the time
Current events. I'm not updated.
TVJ started launch their program in TV5. And
What about that? I
unfortunately, they did not take their name. So we grew up, especially you, maybe even me. Yeah, we grew up with this program that TVJ. It's like synonymous. TVJ is Eat Bulaga, right? And then after how many years, they have this misunderstanding, and then they resigned as a host for the tape production, and they created their own show. But then, unfortunately, due to some legal thing, and then I'm not the lawyer, so I cannot discuss it. Now they have to create. I'm sorry. Those who are listening, I'm eating right now. I'm having some snack. Okay, I'll put that away. Now, unfortunately, they have this legal matters that needs to be solved by the court, so they just took the first word just to avoid legal troubles. They took the Eat, and then the show in GMA is the one that's called Eat Bulaga, right? And with new host and everything. I think even the theme song was taken by the trio TVJ, so they can use the mula Batanes hanggang Hulo, like that.
Sila yun.
Yeah, they can own that. Oh yeah, and for the new Eat Bulaga, as they call it, I don't know if they have a theme song for the show.
I watched the other day. They have some. May ano sila. Iba yung song nila. English.
Was it created for the show, or was it
No,
like
it's just the
it's
yung
just
song na ano.
it's just a hit song that
Yeah.
they just use? Yeah, okay, so it's not really them. Now, my opinion for regarding that matter is that because after the TVJ launched their show, there was this news that they were the ones who have the highest viewership, and it's like, so you can just the simplest way to compare it is you can just look at the Facebook live views of each of the shows, like Eat Bulaga, TV, that Eat, and Showtime, and TVJ's Eat has the highest viewership, and
Ilan?
it's about 100,000 for Facebook, Like they have like 300,000 things like that.
How about
Oh.
Itbulaga and GMA?
For It Bulaga, the one I saw, it's just like a 1,000 view. It's
Baka
like
hindi
1,000 view.
I don't know.
That's like if you're going to, it's like only one barangay in Manila is watching. So yeah, if you're going to like pinpoint, like, or yes, pinpoint where in the Philippines is watching that It Bulaga, the new It Bulaga.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so.
But my take on this one is, people. That's why many people are like siding with the trio because it's first and foremost we have what we're calling there the respect, right? It's a sign of respect for those pioneers. At the same time, it's logical that they're the one who created. Everyone knows that they're the one who created it, and whether or not the law sides with them, it's just proper that you have to give the name to them. That's my take on it. Whether or not the law will side with them, they have to give back the name to them because they're the ones who made it. They're the ones who started it when nobody's watching it. They're the ones who like work hard for it. And then now that it's making money, and you will just come out and like refigure things out, remodel things out, and you'll just say and claim that it's yours because you're the one producing it. It's not right to a lot of people. And hindi naman tanga yung mga Pilipino eh. Not to see through the facade nga ako ng English, right? So I think if the only way I think that the new It Bulaga will have a higher rating or will improve their rating is if they're going to change their name. So I think that's how they're going to do it. Very important. Yeah.
Well, nakakasad. I'm gonna use Tagalog to
Bakit?
practice my Tagalog accent.
Bakit? Because you're having hard time.
Parang madali lang mag-Tagalog para sa akin, I guess, yung words, pero yung paano magsalita, yung rising and falling intonation. Wow.
So maybe you're one of the isa ka dun sa taga Baguio kayo ano? Bakit mo nasabi na taga Baguio ako? Nagtatagalog naman ako.
Yan, ito. Yung parang hindi naman ano. Yung ano ba? Basta. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just wondering why we are so fond of like criticizing people who talk like that.
I am not fun.
No, I mean I'm talking in general. Like we Filipinos in general are so fond of making fun of people who talk like that. Like say for example when Manny talks in English, right? And when we hear people like and then just to localize it, when we hear people kankanaey people talking in Ilocano,
Yeah.
and then the accent is not the Ilocano accent, we're making fun of that. I'm just wondering why. But we never make fun of Jackie Chan when he speaks in English in a Chinese accent.
Maybe it's
I'm not-
the culture? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's, and I don't know, but I'm just
Anyway.
wondering why.
Going back to nakakasad. Pero maybe really it's about, things happen for a reason. For a reason, sabi nila, diba? So maybe that's how, kasi I've watched just a little bit of a part of the interview ni Tulfo sa sabi nila, it's a blessing in disguise. Yung mga ganon. So,
New horizon is being opened up, right? Opportunities.
so, siguro para blessing rin sa TV5, maging sila, ganyan. Should be, and yun nga, yung change is
Inevitable. Yes. Change is the only permanent thing in the world.
permanent, yung mga ganyan. So,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, but then it's like if you're looking at it, it's a change that was induced by bad intentions, right? There are a lot of rumors that the owner wants some of their family, one of the family, to become an actress. That's
Yung
why,
sa tape?
yeah, one of the, accordingly,
Okay.
allegedly, we don't want to get in trouble. they
Di
want,
umano.
yan, di umano. Yan. Gusto nilang maging artista yung isang yung kapamilya nila. That's why they try to like remove Maine Mendoza and then yung papalit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I guess, ano.
it's a change that was was created because of bad intentions. And usually, like what we are always saying, this is an example, a classical example of when you say you cannot put a good man down, or like a plan or an action with bad intentions will never go far. Well, anyway, this is an ongoing thing. We still don't know what's gonna happen, but then there's a rumor again that they're not going to last until July 30, the new Eat Bulaga, because they're losing money accordingly. I don't know how true it is, but if there's smoke, there's fire. And yesterday I saw the news that the lawyer of the production company is like denying those news. And if that's just a rumor, then why do you need to come out and deny it? That's my take on it. Maybe there's something true to it, not exactly that, but there's something true about that thing. So
you're really following this, huh? I'm not so
I'm
updated.
interested. I'm interested because of legal implications. Like, I am interested in knowing how to copyright things here in the Philippines. What is the law regarding it? That's why I'm maybe one day I'm gonna be having my friend here, who's a lawyer. We'll be talking about legal matters.
Was your friend a
He's
lawyer?
my friend that is a lawyer. Shout out to, I don't know what his rank now. Jail officer, or maybe he's a captain now. Attorney Arnel Pinmilio.
Oy!
Yeah,
He's
he actually
lawyer.
passed the bar 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
I know him by name, and
You know him by name because
I
think
I've
we never met him.
I just saw him in pictures.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have a lawyer friend. How about a veterinarian?
Veterinarian.
Veterinarian.
Why would you need a veterinarian?
Because a friend of mine needs like,
Unfortunately,
my dog siya.
Unfortunately, my circle of friends does not include
we
doctors that caters to animals.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Ano na yun?
And what do you want
Anyway,
to talk about a while back? You're talking about what was that?
Anyway, sasabihin pa sana
Oh, sige.
ako.
Yeah, sure. Say it.
Pero nawala na.
Nawala na. Bakit?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yun na nga.
About the dog. What happened to the dog?
Nagle-labor. Hindi, meron
Right
pa.
now?
Meron pang isa. Yung sa Showtime naman. Yeah, because we're talking about the
Showtime.
Bulaga. And
I
then
haven't, unfortunately, I have not watched.
So my week, you were asking about my week, so
Yeah, sure.
I spent my week having an online class so I'm a student, right, in ACES, Aurora College of Intercultural Studies. Hello. Wow, parang nanonood siya. Hello, classmates and
I know you're listening.
faculty and staff. Great class in the morning, and we just finished it today. And the whole day while taking care of Erin. So I'm babysitting while having online class, and during
Afternoon.
noon time yung it's showtime na nanood ako. so they're in ano na nga, in
In
GTV.
GTV, yeah.
So that's GMAs, right?
Yeah.
But I saw just one video yung about yung sa signing of contract yata
Mm-hmm.
with ano. And lang like iba noon parang may clash pa ang ano.
Yeah, it's like a network war.
Yeah, yung mga ganyan.
Kung
Pero
saan, if you're from ABS-7, CBN, it's like, I don't know, it's like a scene if you are seen talking to a GMA artist. It's like that. Yeah.
Pero ngayon, so
Yeah.
ano, parang
I think
it's
that was
nice. It's a positive
that was
thing.
brought about
That's-
by social media, I think.
yeah.
Because in social media you see the collab thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what
Kapuso
they
ka
use.
pamilya. So,
And that's what they use also, a collaboration.
it's a good thing nagkakaisa ng ano.
Maybe, yeah. But still, it's a matter that people talk about that won't have an effect on them.
Diba? Pero may mga ano din, parang lesson.
Yeah, there's some lesson.
Life is short. We don't have time to, engage in conflicts or whatever. Dapat love, ganyan. Spread love. Unity, unite, ganyan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you
what
were
is it
talking
gonna
about.
be? No, just thinking about, just sharing, share our experiences being PKs, and
Let's speak.
PK stands for pastor's kid.
Pastor's
I'm
kid.
not sure if there are other meaning for that, pero yun yung pagkakaalam ko ay in short, kapag ikaw ay anak ng pastor, PK, 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 ganyan. Or
What's the
child,
common
ganyan.
notion about people, children like us?
So, yan na. Eto na ba? We'll start
Yeah,
na.
sure.
Okay.
We will be
So-
going from that to the thing I want to talk about. It's like,
So, yun na nga. Ang tayo, di ba, ay anak ng pastor, minister, pastor. Notion. Hindi ko alam. Siguro, based on my experience or hearing from other PKs,
yeah.
PKs are perfect.
And yung napakinggan ko na naman, which I think is true, is lahat daw ng panganay na PK na lalaki is gwapo.
Paano naman yun? No? For example, Pastor Bernard Balag, ang panganay niya ay si Ate Beranie na
Yung panganay na lalaki. I don't know with the panganay na babae.
Parang, actually, yung fourth daw na anak ng pastor. Kung may 5 kids sila, tas yung fourth yung babae.
Ay.
Pinakamaganda. Why? Ba't ganun? Where's that? Guwapa. Anyway, lalo na pag...
You have all the right to say.
Of course, pag maganda ay pagwapo ang panganay, ang kapatid na babae, guwapa rin.
Yeah. General notion. It's like I grew up so scared to make even just the smallest of mistakes that a person can do. I grew up being scared to things like that. That's why I grew up knowing how to hide things I want to hide, and nobody will know. Yes, that's my that's how I grew up. I grew up like um have to watch my moves because it's not me that I'm going to like embarrass. It's gonna be my parents. It's gonna be my father. So alam mo yung sinasabi nila na sa Tagalog ay sa language natin kamanbakon, anak ni pastor. Right? Yeah, that's why it's true. It's actually correct when you said that we are expected to be the perfect person or perfect kid, right?
What's that in Tagalog? Parang hindi
Parang
anak
hindi
ng
ka anak
pastor.
ng
May mga
pastor,
synonyms, wait lang. Yung mga yung narinig ko na, apay gaputa anak na kas pastor, porke ba anak ka ng
Yeah.
pastor?
Yeah, porque
Ganyan ba ang anak ng pastor?
Yes.
Wow. Narinig ko ba yan? Hindi. Yung pinaka-first is, gaputa, dahil ba anak ka ng pastor? Which, hindi ko naman pinagmamalaki actually, pero hindi ko alam kung bakit ko narinig yun. And, ganyan ba ang anak ng pastor? Yun, yung mga basta synonymous.
All of the things,
So,
all of those things that you can ever think that they have said, I have heard it in front of my face. So, and
what's the...
that's why if you see my circle of friends are not those people, right? Because most of the people, that's why sometimes the person who will drive you away from the church is the person who's going to church. I never had those kinds of judgment to the friends I had. Maybe they call us not so good people, not amounting to something, not until we finished our degree. Then that's the time they change again the notion about us. But with those kind of people, I never felt judged. I am who I am. Like, they don't really care about it. And when I make mistakes, they don't say things like that. And I felt like I'm at ease. I can like lay it out on them. I can be whoever I want to be. That's why things like that. Those are one of this. It's the hardest part of
So may parang grudge ka?
being a minister's kid. No, I don't have.
Were
Maybe
you
when
driven
I was
away by people from the church, away sa church by people coming from church, or
maybe
people
when
going to church?
I was younger, maybe I have that kind of feeling. And you cannot blame me. I'm just a human. I am not, like, again, I'm a pastor's kid, but I'm a human. I'm not an angel. I can feel those. I feel that. I will feel those. I have felt those. And maybe at times I will feel those ones. But it's not linger in my heart like forever. It's just that, that hurts. And but you will not hold it. You will not hold a grudge. Because life is short. And
Yeah. And siguro talagang expected yun, no? Parang kahit nga sa anak ng teacher, anak ka pa man ng teacher, yung mga
hindi ka
ganyan.
pa marunong magbasa. And one the reason, or those who are listening, the reason is that the teacher is taking care of your child, helping your child how to read. That's at times one of the cross that teachers need to bear, is that at times they cannot give the proper education for the children because they're busy educating other people's children.
Yeah. So, siguro sa lahat we express. But maybe being in this situation as PKs, hindi tayo, and I just have to live na yun na yun. And anyway, ito yung question that I wanted to ask. What are you most thankful about being a pastor's kid?
I in my case, may thankful. Wow.
Wow.
That's the simplest question that is so hard to answer. What am I thankful for? I never think of
I
that.
think I asked the best
Yeah, that's the simplest question.
in
That's
your podcast.
The things I learned when I was young, I'm using it right now. Being able to adapt to. But anyway, I learned this because of experiences I had. What is it? I think
Something
one
that's
of the
unique to you because you're fast.
it's unique
Or
to
same.
me. In my case, having been able to finish my study is a blessing. And maybe if I'm not a PK, I was not able to do it. That's one.
Why do you say so?
Still believe in prayers and being the son of the pastor in our locality, or in our locality is known as the place of prayer warriors by the church organization. I would say that the whole community prayed for me. Things like that.
In a provision din.
Yeah, yes, that's part of it. Provisions and
Because our organization does not give a salary to
yeah.
Tayo yung tipo ng yung pastor ay hindi na
nabubuhay sa tithes, pero our dad does not preach a lot about that thing. He's not that kind of pastor. Yeah. I don't think he's even strict in implementing, unlike other. Anyway.
But actually, it's supposed to be preached,
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm not.
Anyway, yung provision.
Yeah, it's one of that and unique thing. Trainings I have, I guess. That's why I thinking about it retrospectively. It's like my stories that I chose like education because during the times like that's the easiest one. And I'm wrong again. I'm saying to other people listening that I thought education was so easy. But then when I went and when I started studying it, I started going to college. It's not that easy. Maybe I took it because my training when I was a little boy was that I am the Sunday school teacher when mom's not around during Sundays. Yeah, and I teach kid even though I was one of the kids. Because I was the pastor's kid.
And it's expected.
And the notion is that if your pastor knows about the Bible, you should know about the Bible that you can teach to other kids too. And then I think that's a wrong notion. And standing in front of people is like easy for me. I can I can think on my toes when I'm in front of other people. Maybe that's it. Or that's one of the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like the what do you call that one? A trivial benefit that I had as a PK. But the number one at the top of my head that I can think of is the one I said a while ago. The provisions and the prayers. I have lived and gone through and survived through other people's prayer.
Yeah. And
I'll throw back the question to you because you gave me a hard time thinking about it.
yeah, personally, for me, it protected me in a way. Yung mga tao, syempre, di ba? Kilala. We're just a small community. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
And lolos, lolas, titos, titas would advise you, you have to do this, you have to be good, you have to finish your studies, and you have to not do this, don't enter a bar or huwag magbisyo. especially your dad's preaching, your dad is a pastor. You know, alam mo, it would something that would we should not do anything that would yung madungisan ang pangalan ng aming ama, yung mga ganyan. And in a way, it protected me na dahil sa mga pieces of advice na ganyan. Though parang yung simula is to please people.
Yeah.
It's really to please people, yung expectation, to meet their expectations. So nag-start sa ganun, pero growing up and becoming mature, na prinotektan ako ng mga yung ganun, yung mga ganung advice and ganung trying to live up to the expectation of people. So yes, I did my best in school, in my studies, and hindi ako na-involved sa vices, ganyan, na yung buhay ko lang talaga umiikot sa bahay, sa studies, and sa church. Though I'm not so really active much sa church, and yung parang, yeah, it protected me sa and growing up sa home in a Christian home na siyempre tinuturo sa'yo, though doon talaga nag-start yung about yung learning God's word, yung how to live a Christian life, yung mga ganyan, di ba? Na I can use now, na I'm in the ministry, and yung knowing yung message of salvation, though as a PK, alam mo yung notion na or ang alam ko talaga noon, once you are a Christian or pinanganak ka na nasa Christian home, Christian ka na, like if someone asks you, when did you become a Christian? And when someone asked me before, and hindi ko pa naiintindihan masyado yung message of salvation, ganyan, or how to be saved, yung ganyan, basta yung thought ko noon is since birth, since pinanganak ako na Christian ng family ko, mother, father, so I'm a Christian since birth, yung ganyan. Na eventually nalaman ko, it's not like that pala. You have to have yung real or paano ba yun? Yung conviction, yung realization mo na, or you understand yung ginawa ni Jesus para sa'yo, and like, you believe in Him, you receive Him as your Lord and Savior.
Your own personal conviction.
Yes, and that's when it starts, your relationship with God, ganyan, na you believe what He did for you. Yun. So, siguro hindi ko madaling na, nung present na sa akin, hindi ko madaling maintindihan yun kung hindi ako pinanganak, or I did not grow up in a Christian family, or we don't know, pero yun yung isang malaking blessing na I think I was yung if we track the history, Dad became a pastor in 1994, yung pagkakalam ko. So January siya December, parang January.
It's the beginning of January.
Yes,
beginning of 94.
and yes, I was born in April ng 94. So he was or pinanganak, parang pastor siya nung pinanganak ako. Now that's next question. So do you have a memory?
I have a follow-up.
I'm-
How did you
Okay.
deal? How did you deal with the when people throw comments at you like that? Kastati anak ni pastor. How did you deal with that?
You know, being ano,
Especially when you were young.
yung naalala ko talaga na pinaka first yung apay gaputa anak na apay gapu, hindi ko talaga
Because if
alam
you
ang
ask,
reason.
yes, if you ask your brother, Clint, he's gonna be furious. That's the initial reaction all the time until now, I think.
Ganun.
If he's gonna be criticized or critiqued, and then they're gonna use that's occupation. He's gonna. That's why there's this one incident that I think he yelled to somebody in the transient boarding house in Mankayan. I think that was years ago. Because some people, the sentence was, I don't know if they don't know his name, but then the statement was, yung mga anak ni pastor, hindi pa nila naipasok yung mga sampay nila, parang ganon. Yung mga anak ni pastor, and I don't know if they just don't know their names or that's just the way they talk. And then I don't know.
Referring to
them. Yeah, referring to them.
Okay, and he got furious.
Get furious and
Well,
just shouted.
For me, I was so young, but yun lang talaga, hindi ko alam kung bakit ko naalala yung time na yun na, in that specific, I think that's the very first, because I know I was young, apay gapu, dahil ba anak ka ng pastor? Hindi ko talaga alam kung anong kasalanan ko nun, pero,
Was that
you know,
during
I think-
elementary days? or-
Yeah, elementary days in our community, and I think I was not so talaga, parang lumaki ako na kung yung lang, hindi naman ako pala yung you talk back, di ba? Pinagbabawal tayo, no, wag don't talk back, parang pag pinagalitan ka, tahimik ka na lang, ganyan. So, wala, nung sinabi sa akin, parang tahimik lang ako, wala na akong masabi. Yun yung pinaka first. Tapos, yung next parang high school na siguro yung na it's not on my face, parang lang na,
They say
anak ka pa man din ng pastor. yung ganyan. Tapos, parang na-share ko lang sa isang pinsan. Sabi ng pinsan, sabihin mo daddy ko ang pastor, hindi ako. Sabi niya, pero hindi ko alam kung anong sinabi ko that time. Pero,
yeah,
I think I just
because the most
ignore.
painful thing there is, and the worst is when a member of your family is going to say that to you, like your cousin, or your member of your family is going to say that to you, and it's not really cool, as the kids say. It's not cool at all.
Have you ever heard from a relative?
I heard from relatives. I heard it from aunties who are my age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the way it is, but how you deal with it, it's the most important, I believe. So I'm gonna
but
throw that question back
how
to
did
you.
I deal with it? That is, it varies from age to age, of course. When you're young, you don't like it, at times you're gonna lift your hand. Especially in my case, at times you're gonna hurt someone, and it's an experience. It's a lesson that you will, and then as you grow old, you will learn that that's not good. So you will keep it to yourself, and at the same time, if you have done something wrong, let's say for example, I think I have this one situation I cannot remember, but that is exactly the reason why I kicked someone, and they told their parents, and the effect is, or the result is, that I got whipped when I went home. So you see those situations, you really don't have somewhere to go to be comforted. So you will learn how to deal with it. You will. In my case, I don't say I'm traumatized, but you learn to adjust. As you grow old, you learn to adjust. You learn to keep things by yourself because you know nothing's gonna happen. So as I grow old, how did I deal with it? Let it slide. Don't talk to that person anymore because maybe sometimes you are having good time with them. The communication is good, everything is going good, but there will come a time that it's not good. So limit your communication with that person. Limit it to just sharing important things. Like when you need to ask something, then that's the only time you talk to them. When they need to ask something to you, that's the only time you talk to them. But limit it to that. And do not, beyond that, there's no more communication. You will learn to do that. You know where I've been. You know my background, and you know that I'm not the perfect son that everyone's expected to be expecting, and you will know how to hide things. That's it. But in general, how did I deal with it? Like 90% of it is ignoring. Ignoring it and staying away from those people. You will know, you will feel. In situation like, say for example, we're talking, and then in situation that those things will come, you have the instinct already, and you will leave. That's how we deal with it.
Pero di ba how old, I'm not sure how old were you when dad became a pastor. So do you have a memory na hindi siya pastor? Nung hindi siya pastor, how
I have a
was your
memory na hindi siya pastor, but
childhood?
still, he is an assistant pastor. So, it's
No.
the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. The earliest memory I can have, I think, I have those like snippets of memories that I have when we are in Bacon, in in Wingian. Those things I know. His job there was like a checker, I think, time teller for the logging company. The same time he's having a side job of laminating pictures in a wooden frame. And then after that, earliest memory of me with him in a church is in Bayabas Christian Center. They have a Christmas program, I guess. Is that a Christmas program? I don't know. Basta, ang naalala ko doon is, I don't know if that's maybe May or December, because naalala ko I was so scared with the person na naipako daw sa krus. And then they're giving me things, and I am scared, so I didn't go. I didn't get it. And I know that was the church. And then second memory of a church is we are in Giwang, and he's playing guitar. That's it. He's playing guitar, and there was this time that he was the one teaching Sunday school. Yeah, I remember that. The song he was teaching was "Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life." He's teaching that
So
one.
I think he's been involved in ministry
he's
kahit
actually
hindi pa
involved,
siya,
actually.
So now and before, or is there or sige now, were you and are you proud na sabihin na anak ka ng pastor?
I cannot change that. I cannot change that, and yeah, maybe I am.
You were,
I am
and
proud.
even now, or
I was not before.
okay, before you're
I was not.
but
That's
now.
why, yeah, like I said, I learned how to hide things, because of that. But I am in a way I am. That's my identity. So.
When did you realize that you were proud?
I don't know.
Kasi ako
I don't
nung parang I think ako rin, pati yung iba nating kapatid, yung isang kuya, sabi niya, hindi nga nila, yung friends niya, hindi alam ng friends niya na anak siya ng pastor, tapos naririnig daw nila, bakit kayong mga anak ng pastor? Kung sino pa yung mga anak ng pastor, sila pa yung mga, yung may mga ano, may
because
mga,
that's the number one comment that they're going to drop.
yeah, may mga issue, tapos hindi daw nila alam na pastor pala ang daddy natin, ay yung daddy ni kuya na friend nila. Kaya hindi rin niya sinasabi. Ako naman, yeah, because of yung notion na parang you know it all when it comes to yung Bible,
there's that too. There's that.
I don't really say, I mean, hindi ako proud na i-introduce ang sarili ko na anak ako ng pastor noon, siguro parang college na ako nung yung na-share ko ito sa yung advisor ng Glee Club sa nung college.
Ma'am Villagracia.
Yes, Ma'am
Shout out to Madam
Lizelle. Hi,
Lizelle.
Ma'am LL. Sabi, you should be proud. No one is perfect, sabi niya. You know, kasi nga, being a pastor, it's noble. And, yun, parang doon siguro nag-start yung realization ko. Or maybe earlier than that. Pero I remember na ayoko rin talaga. And as much as possible, like kuya, like the other kuyas, I want to attend the church that nobody knows who my dad is. Yung ganyan. Yung ganyan. Or not really a church. Maybe sa isang kuya, ganyan yung church, kaya prefers to go sa other for me, it's the yung mga fellowship or like youth camp. Kasi I know sa youth camp, pag may youth camp, may Bible drill, may mga competitions about the Bible, and it's like if they know well in our organization, I can say in this pagbabrag, pero they know daddy, and if they know na anak ka ni ganito, anak ka ni pastor, it's like so you should know, ikaw na yung parang alam mo yun, parang ka na, pambatos. Kasi
Kasi you have read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
Yeah, yung ganun. And I
which in fact I did.
I did not. That's why I know myself. I don't know. When it comes to school studies, I am proud. I can because I am really being obedient.
Because when we were young, we were not allowed to go play with other people. Right? And my only entertainment was the radio and reading, and books at our house are books about Christian things, sermons, and Bible. I learned how to read English through the Bible, the old King James version. Yeah.
Pero ako talagang that's why, as much as, yung alam mo yung, kasi pag anak ng pastor, dapat ikaw mag-lead ng prayer or mag-lead ng...
Always.
Yung mga ganyan. That's why, parang I tried to avoid yung gano'n, yung fellowship. Pero...
Because the notion is, mas malapit ka mas maririnig daw ng Apo Diyos ang iyong
I haven't heard
ang iyong panalangin. Meron yun.
Okay. Pero, anyway, yun yung that's why yun nga, yung na perfect ka, so pag nagkamali ka, yun na, magko-comment na sila na, anak ka ba man din ng pastor, yung ganyan. That's why I wasn't proud before. But now, anak ako ng pastor. Ay, pagsisigawan ako yan.
You're a part of the ministry. So.
Yeah, it's really a blessing. So, from those like negative experiences to maybe ang dami namang blessing din ng pagiging anak ng pastor. Like, alam mo yun sa community natin. I'm not sure. Our parents hindi, 'di ba sa lugar natin. It's it's a culture na natin yung, or nasa atin yung sharing And if you're I guess pag pastor, talagang yung mga crops, yung mga ganyan, yung mga whatever the people
that's their
have.
tithes, actually.
Yeah.
That's their tithes.
And well, I love food. I love I
Yeah,
love
also,
gifts, ganyan. And you know, it's
and I'm expecting that because this month's the pineapple season.
yeah,
we'll be
like
having-
pag may mga talim talaga sila, they share. And siguro pag hindi baka pag hindi ako anak ng pastor, hindi ako makakatikim ng ngayon kasi
Wow.
pero meron siguro pag sa yung talagang malapit na
Sa
kapitbahay.
lahat ng
Ganyan.
advantages ng being a pastor's kid, yung pinaka nandun sa isip mo yung pagkain.
O hindi, nasabi ko yung what I was thankful about kanina. Pero part of it, yung pagkain, alam mo yung mga...
Most of it. That's maybe what you want to say.
Well, no, I guess yung sabi mo kanina, prayers talaga. Because the people in our place, they really pray, pray for pastor and his family. And,
I saw how the old people in our place pray. Our grandmother will pray because we're sleeping. During that time, they don't have the electrical current. So our our source of light is that the kerosene bottle with the cloth, and then they light it. It's our light for the night. And we sleep at 7 o'clock. She's gonna pray it's like an hour. So she's praying like that, and then she dozes off. And then if she dozes off and then wakes up, she continues praying again. She does that. And then she wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I know that it's 4 o'clock in the morning because that's the time that most of the crows will be croaking.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she's gonna pray again until 5 o'clock. And she's gonna pray for everyone she knows.
Isa-isa yung mga pangalan.
Yes. She's gonna name names. She's gonna pray for everyone she knows, and apparently that is their culture. All of them, the elders of the church. That's their culture. I don't know if it's still now, but that is like their way of life. Ever since the church started in that locality, that's what they do.
So, talagang nabuhay tayo sa prayer.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm thankful for. And
I'm thankful for is the son of a pastor and a person who was born in that place. Yeah, that's a blessing.
And it's a blessing kasi pastor is hindi siya marerespect how he is respected now kung hindi naman siya mabuting tao. I'm thankful na I am the son of my father, who is a pastor. Actually, nakikilala ako anak ni Pastor Florence. Hindi nila masyadong kilala na yung Claire, yung pangalan ko. Anak ni Pastor Florence. Oh! if I go to, well, maraming nakakilala sa kanya. And if you don't know me, I'll just say,
one of the reasons why I don't want to work there.
Huh?
One of the reasons why I don't want to work there too. It took me like I graduated in 2009. 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It took me 7 years before I went there. Actually, I don't want to work there. It so happened that
Saan? Sa atin? Sa hometown?
place, yeah.
In Mankayan, okay.
I was actually offered to be like if you got your permanency, will you work in the school in our place? It's like a teacher at the same time, teacher in charge. I didn't accept it because of that thing also. Again, you're the pastor's kid, that place, yeah. And I know that if I'm gonna be staying there for a long time, they're gonna put me under a microscope, and they're gonna see a lot of mistakes. They're gonna see me. So I did not accept it, and I'm not saying that it's not good to be a pastor's kid. It's actually, like I said a while ago, it's a blessing. But then, like what we said, like everything in life, you get some, you lose some. You know, there is that consequence, and there is this pros, and there's the cons. So it's up for us to like weigh it in and just deal with it, because that's life. And but in general, I am glad to be a pastor's kid. So.
Yeah. And I guess growing up, yung sabi ko na, it started maybe iba nung una. Like the beginning, it's more of yung expectation ng tao, yung it's always what people say. Pero parang doon ako na train din na to watch out for my actions, to please people and to please my earthly father, and nag-transition siya from that to now living to please our heavenly father. So I was trained parang
benefit at the same
Yes.
time. Yung benefit sa akin at the same time, yung parang at the same time is negative. The positive at the same time, advantage at the same time, disadvantage. Usually if there are some things, halimbawa may trabaho, ganun, di ba, sa atin. Usually, hindi nila ako pinapatrabaho. Benedetta, anak ni pastor ko, anak mo.
yeah.
Yeah. Hindi niya alam yan kasi or huwag niyo siyang pabubuhatin ng mabigat kasi anak ni pastor. So, okay.
you feel special.
Yeah, they treat you special.
Yeah.
The drawback is that I'm a man, and at least I have to know things, right? Especially about dirty jobs. And I learned it the hard way that I should not be treated special. I should do the work also, because I'm a man, and I learned it the hard way. And until now, I'm learning things. So
Yeah, actually,
that's
parang sa akin, siguro kasi babae ako. Pero yung about being special o pag may mga
we are actually,
part.
all of us are.
Yeah, all of us are. Pero parang extra special yung anak ni Pastor
Yes.
Flores. Yung sa yung na,
Yes, exactly.
pag may weddings, di ba, usually si dad, pag, siya yung yung sa ceremony ng kasal. Ganyan, siyang in charge. Or may mga events na pupuntahan. Dito ka. Yung parang
Yes.
You'd
That's why
be treated as an important person. Yung ganyan.
And if that goes to your head, that's why an advice to all of the pastors' kids is that you have to have you gotta reflect of what have you done. You have to reflect on your actions, and don't let things get through your head. Always treat the special treatment that you will have now, or the blessing. Let's just say the blessings that you will now have now will not always be there. So you have to, just live as a normal person, right? And do not let all those blessings get through your head. Okay? You have to, of course, you have to obey your earthly father and your heavenly father's command. At the same time, you have to create your own identity also. So be mindful of yourself. That's it. I think that's the advice I can give. Be mindful of yourself. Yeah.
And I mean, seeing how our parents live or serve, being partner with God in His ministry, as PKs, at least it should be seen in us too, right? Like,
Mm.
hindi man yung talagang magiging pastor din, pero it's, andun na sa atin yung spirit of, serving in our own ways wherever, whatever is the field we are at,
Mm.
or wherever God leads us. Andun yung living pa rin as a child of God, a child of ministers, and most especially child of God, living the way how we're supposed to live as stated in His Word.
Mm.
Yung ganun. So, siguro yung isang marami kay Daddy. Not just because he is a pastor, but because he is a child of God. Marami siyang pinasa sa atin, sa akin, ganyan. Personally, na maia-apply ko din. Not just because I'm a pastor's kid, but because I'm a child of God. So, ayun, yung nasabi ko nung the last time na always be humble. And may naalala pala ako na sa rin niyang sinabi that I wanted to share because wala kayo nung sinabi niya. Sabi niya, your gift to your family is your health. And I just want to share it with you because I see that it's like you're getting out of shape, and
It's getting out of shape.
me too.
I'm not getting out of shape.
I mean,
I'm just turning into a round. At the end of the day, round is still a shape.
no,
If
I
you
mean
want to look- if you
the
want to
shape
philosophize.
of healthy body. I'm saying.
So
I
I'm not getting
know.
out of shape. I'm just
You're-
turning into a round shape. At the end of the day, round is still a shape.
But let me reiterate: your health is your gift to your family, and I
Yeah.
know I'm not although I'm thin, but I think I can do better. So that's for me too.
In all seriousness, but then there's also this word in the Bible that this foods was created by God to be enjoyed by human. So
yes,
as we are living in this earth, we have to
God
enjoy
gives
this
you
food.
wisdom. God gives you wisdom to
Enjoy the
know
food.
what to enjoy and when to enjoy and how
Don't
to
live a
enjoy.
hard life when God has already provided you the meat and the means to
Again.
afford that meat. So yeah.
Be wise.
Yeah. And being a pastor's kid, so I don't know, but I have read I think most of the books at our house. Even the Act of Marriage.
Act of marriage?
Yeah. Which is
Well, yeah.
retrospectively looking back at it, I think that should not be read by a child.
I guess it's okay.
Because it's like a manual of things.
Uh,
Yeah, I've read all of the books there. I have this book about, do you believe in ghosts?
yeah.
Yeah, and they believe that ghosts. Because here's my take, and I think I got this from Dad. Because one time I asked him about, is there a ghost? Do you believe in ghosts? Something like that. And then he said that, oh, we believe in God. And God is like a superpower, right? A divine
Spirit.
power, a spirit. And of course, if there's that spirit of goodness, then for sure there's the spirit of evil. And that's where you will align the ghost. And ang
Also,
sabi niya doon
Holy
is, yung multo is hindi yun yung tao na namatay. That is a product of the devil. Parang ganon yung sinabi niya. I think that is the common notion also in our place, because that was being explained to me by your Kuya Arnold and Kuya Jeffrey. There was this one time they're telling me a story about what happened when they had an accident while they're traveling, and Ay sus, nabanig kayong samot Ay sus, minulto yata kayo, sabi ka. And then, yun, nilecturean ako. Alam mo, hindi yun movie. And of course, I'm not going to say, oh, of course I know that. What do you think of me? No. Okay. I shabot. Things like that. And I think that's the notion. So there's this, we have this, a constant battle of the evil and the heavenly, right? Naalala ko lang to because yesterday we were fixing and then I saw a video of Jessica Soho about Clarita Villanueva. And this is about demon possession. And did you were studying now you were studying to be like our father.
Missionary.
Did you ever had an experience of demon possession? Like you saw it with your own eyes?
No,
Because
I don't.
But have you heard stories of such?
I've heard many. I've even read and watched movies.
You watch movies about it. Don't you believe the movies? Yeah, this story of Clarita Villanueva was also turned into a movie. Ginawa siyang pelikula. Clarita was played by Judy Santa Maria. This was a product of ABS-CBN. They said that there was this text based on a true story, right? So kinuha yung character, nandun si Arsenio Lacson, mayor ng Maynila noon. Lahat yung Clarita, and then basta nandun lahat, kumpleto yung detail. Ang hindi ko lang maintindihan, bakit ginawang Catholic priest yung nag-exercise? So, what is I'm not.
Why? Why do you say Catholic? Baka naman andun.
Kasi nga pinanood ko nga kahapon, Father.
So based on what you've read, it's hindi Father.
He's not a priest. He is a Protestant. No, he's not a Methodist too. His mother was the one that is Methodist. He's a Protestant. What do you call it? Pentecostal religion. Reverend Lester Sumrall.
So yeah, I've actually read. Siguro mga pandemic lang yon. Nung time na ng pandemic ko napanood kasi doon naman ako na stay sa bahay. And
unfortunately, I read that one when I was in grade 5. It gave me a lot of nightmares. Yeah, because he had this and he has he related this experience in the Philippines and he related the experience. I'm talking about the author, Reverend Lester Sumrall. You can Google him. He had some videos of the event that I'm talking about that happened in the Philippines.
May video pa?
No, not the video, but just a video of him relaying it to his congregation. Okay. Though the news, there are some clippings that you can see. So demon possession, I heard stories about this. Actually, one person in a place get possessed. It was exorcised by the whole community, I guess. Of course, their dad was there. There are a lot of stories. I heard stories of. You remember Lola Helen? Coloma. I heard stories of her, like she talked to the demon, and then she convinced them to go away because that child or the person is not his; it's Christ's creation, things like that. So she was actually telling that pwede mo palang kausapin sila eh. I heard a lot of stories like that. That's why I'm also fascinated with it. The story about the Clarita was very, because this was just like after the war, 1953, you know, and so her mother died, and she went to Manila, like to find a better way of living. Unfortunately, she turned into prostitution, got caught, and then during her time in prison, she saw like two spirits, entities that's bothering her. So what they do is they keep on biting her, things like that. And then she keeps on screaming, so she's disturbing the other prisoners. And then, so this was creating like an issue already. And so doctors went there. So I also want to know the account of the doctors. Unfortunately, I don't have time to research. So the only basis or the only accounts that I can remember is on that book, from that book that I found in our house. So even the mayor already went there. So pumunta na yung mayor doon. And then while he was talking to Clarita, with his own eyes, he saw the fingers being bitten. Walang nangagat pero nagkasugat bigla. That was insane. And then I don't know if he's also the one he was actually covering the hand of Clarita. And then when she lifted up, because the girl cried, there was a bite mark already. So there are some invisible forces biting her. Ang nakakatawa doon is, anong sabi? Sabi daw ni Lacson, pumunta ka sa Malacanang, kagatin mo yung presidente. I think ayaw niya. Ayaw niya yata yung presidente.
Kinausap yung demon.
No, sinabi niya kay Clarita, sabihin mo sa kanila, punta sila sa Malacanang, kagatin na si Garcia yata. Si Carlos Garcia ang presidente. And then, sino pa yung mga pinagsasabi niyang kagatin niya doon? Basta sa Malacanang, yung mga, during that time, were the people in power. But then, sabi ni Clarita, pati daw po kayo gusto nilang kagatin.
Parang wala akong naalala ganyan.
No, I read it in another account, a media account, a writer's account of what happened. Pati po kayo gusto niyang kagatin. Ayun ganon. And then there was another Lacson who is a mayor of another province. Sabihin mo sa kanila, hindi ako yung mayor na yun. Ako yung mayor ng Maynila. So, just to show yung pagka-flamboyant at saka yung this mayor is a certain character. He built Manila right after the war. So he is a character also. After that, there was this one doctor na nagalit yata. Sinabi niya, nag-iinarte ka lang. Sabi niya gano'n. And Clarita just looked at her and then, excuse me. Then she told her, "You're gonna die tonight. Mamamatay ka ngayon. Mamamatay ka sa ating gabi." Then she died. And then they thought it's a coincidence, but then unfortunately a jail officer kicked her because she's creating a ruckus. Like, nanggugulo siya doon. Then sinipa siya. Then tinignan din siya ng masama. Sabi niya, mamamatay ka. The jail officer died also. So lahat na sila natakot na. Kasi hindi lang siya na-possess. Then, she is also a witch. Because she can curse. So lahat ayaw mata. And then that's when they started calling priests to exercise. But then the Catholic refused, I think, because there's a process when I think in the Catholic Church there is a process. They have to determine first if this is really a demon possession. I don't know their process, but that's it. So it goes through offices. And we know during the time 1953, hindi katulad ngayon na video mo and you can just send, and then they can make a decision right there and then. During the time it goes through process. It takes days, and of course, people who are around her are so scared because she can kill people with her just saying it, and she can kill people. That's why they were scared. And then Reverend Lester Sumrall during that time, fortunately, is here in the Philippines because missionary. He's a missionary, so he heard it in the news. So he went to Mayor Lacson And then he had, I think, accordingly, he had a very hard time convincing Lacson because, first and foremost, he is a foreigner and he might sue the city government if something bad might happen to him. And then, the Reverend Lester has to promise him that he's not going to blame anyone if something bad happens to him. That's the time he went. It took him 3 days to exorcise, I think, the devil. And according to Clarita, there's 2 of them. One is a tall one and one was,
Yun
Yeah.
yung naaalala ko.
Yun yung maalala mo.
Pandemic ko lang nabasa pero hindi ko masyadong malala yung details.
I cannot remember if he even, the process, because I think he fasted. He also fasted, yeah.
Of course.
He also fasted because in the, that accordingly, you are stronger. Your spirit is stronger. Is that it? Your spirit is stronger if you have fasted. What's the explanation on that? But I can remember he fasted.
Your fasting kasi is act of surrender.
Okay.
Humbling before the Lord that you cannot do anything apart from Him. Yung ganyan. So,
I see.
So
it's like he through fasting, he had strengthened his his weapon, his arsenals to face the demon. Parang ganun ba?
and yung parang dependence mo ba sa power ni God. Ganyan.
Yeah, so he went there and then he exercised it, and apparently it became a national news. Yung nangyari. So and then through that situation, Mayor Lacson, because Mayor Lacson was so happy about it, Mayor Lacson asked him and told him that you can have whatever you want. So actually I was already starting to build like a church here. And he's like starting to build it illegally because I don't have the money to go through your process. So bring me the plan, and then
Ayan ba yung Cathedral of Praise, COP? Parang kasi when
I'm not sure about it. Maybe it is
kasi parang by Reverend
Samuel.
yeah, nung I tried to search.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
About the cathedral, the Cathedral of Praise is a church founded in Manila, Philippines by Dr. Lester Samaral.
Yeah. That was started because of what happened to Clarita. And it's like as an appreciation of what happened, of how that reverend saved that girl. So Mayor Lacson provided him of the permit and to legalize everything. At the same time, he was permitted to preach at in front of the city halls. There's a park in front, and then he was allowed to preach there. So, ang naano ko lang, I just remember this one because accordingly, this story is the first case of demon possession in Asia.
Oh,
in entire Asia, yeah. Yes, try to search it. Yes, it is.
Really?
It is like the first confirmed demon possession.
Confirmed, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe recorded, but not.
It's not recorded even, but it's like confirmed because we can say just it's confirmed because there are some media people there who witnessed what happened.
You mean yung nakita ng media yung
Yes.
mga so
Like,
naging first pero siguro marami. It's not
yeah, in
just,
terms of because it's like confirmed through media.
Witnesses.
Yes, through witnesses, to what we can say credible witnesses, because even the doctor during that time hindi niya may explain, so she I don't know if the doctor is a she or a he. And so the doctor is calling for other experts. Just go and give your expert opinion about the matter. And then, unfortunately, one of them died because of the curse, you know. So, and there are a lot of accounts that you can read, but I rely more on the accounts of the Reverend. The book, I cannot remember the book, but I think that's the book was. I want to read it a while back, but would take its long time. And as a pastor's kid, I'm exposed to things like this. I'm even exposed to. There's this one book about occults, about church organizations that are considered cults, and there are a lot there. I cannot name them now because obviously I'll be charged with offending religious feelings if I'm gonna tell them. But according to that book, there are some churches that is considered as a cult.
Pero ano naging effect sa'yo? Being exposed to those info as a very young person. Wow, grade 5. You had nightmare?
I had.
What happened in the
And I think I even read. I think I've read this earlier because, you know, I'm walking going to school, right? Grade 3. I think grade 3. And I'm walking alone. I'm walking alone, and usually because we're kids and we play after dismissal, we just play and then just go home. Just go home in the evening. Usually that would be like 6 o'clock in the evening. It's already dark. And when you're walking alone, you remember those things. That's when you started singing Alive. Not just there.
In the cemetery, you have to pass through a cemetery.
All along the way, especially in the area wherein the trees are so thick that you cannot see the path.
So you also sang salsa. I also did that. Also, thank God we're pastors' kids.
Because there are some stories dun sa may papunta ng school. Tapos school ngayon, 'di ba, may paakyat doon. It's punong-puno ng ano yan, ng alnos tree. So the path is, you know, it's so dark you cannot see anything if it's already dark already, especially 6 o'clock in the evening during summertime. Talagang hindi mo makikita yung dadaanan mo. And there was that story that one old lady and one woman was walking there, and then her flashlight went off. She got new batteries and a new bulb for the flashlight, but the flashlight just went off. And then she heard like giggling. She heard giggles, and of course when you're passing there, you remember that story. You have this feeling that all the hairs at your back will stand up like that. And
so it's the story that you've heard that's making you fearful.
Yes,
when you pass that.
At the same time, the stories, especially that book like really gave me a nightmare. At the same time, there's this story of
wow, elementary days. Look, elementary pupils now. He read it before in English and he understood.
Yeah, I can still remember them. I have to ask a lot of things, you know. So, for the children who wants to read, and if you don't know the meaning, we have a lot of books. In my case, we have a lot of books at home, but there's this one book that we don't have at home. Dictionary. So, yeah. How did you manage to comprehend? Yeah, I had to ask Dad a lot of things. At the same time, I learned how to compare. That's the thing that was developed, the way you systematize things. So I'm reading the Bible, the English version, and then we have the Ilocano one. So I go back and forth with those two Bibles.
Yeah, what with the case of the book of Dr.
I have read that one when I already have the basis of, I already know how to understand English.
Okay.
So I started with English. I started with the Bible, and then going through that one. At the same time, the pamphlets that Jehovah's Witnesses are giving, that help a lot too. Yung agreeing kayo.
Thank them.
Awakening. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Thank them.
They're part of my development. So, just with I just remember that Clarita Villanueva because of what I saw yesterday about possession. I remember this also. This was a case in the Bible school you were teaching. Are you still a teacher there? If they're gonna call you.
In my schedule.
So it's like you're an on-call teacher.
Yung style na kasi my 4 blocks and every block iba-ibang subject, iba-ibang teacher ganyan. So parang hindi ka whole year na magtuturo kasi they know that everyone has their own mga meeting appointments and all.
At the same time, your services are offered pro bono.
My love gift ganyan. Pero it's not
Yeah. But you're not working for that. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, there's this story. I don't know if other people can confirm this. I heard this also from my parents. It's like every time they talk about things, it's not that they tell it to me. It's just that when they're talking about things, I'm like a fly on the wall that listens. Something like that. Even not just them, even not just between them. When pastors talk and I was with Dad, I'm like a fly on the wall. I just listen, and my memory. My memory is great in terms of those kinds of things. That's why I have it until now. There was this one story about demon possession. So, if the question is, can demon possess inanimate objects? Because we know that they can possess human, right? But the question is, can demon possess inanimate object? The answer is yes. This is the story. In the Bible school you were teaching, there was this very big teddy bear that a lot of the ladies are like hugging. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe maybe they're focusing their attention to that teddy bear, so that teddy bear was possessed. They were shocked that I don't know if that there's one night that the teddy bear is moving and hugging all of them. Yeah. So they have to take that teddy bear out and burn it.
I never heard of that.
You ask I don't know who.
Mother Tening is the oldest unknown. He has the longest time.
They know that story.
I don't there.
Because one of our aunts studied there, graduated there. I don't know if it is during her time or some other people's time. Yeah. Auntie Fatima graduated there 1995, I think. 95. So, it's demon possession.
Well, it's a spiritual warfare, especially it's a Bible school, So, of course, we expect, or it's expected in those, may gawain din ang enemy, to stop, interrupt, disturb, or whatever is going on there.
That's right. Yeah, I also believe in that thing that, like what I said a while ago. If you believe in God, you believe that there's this other evil spirit also, just creating that thing. So, like what you said, it's spiritual warfare. That only people with who are spiritual.
We're all spiritual.
Can fight it.
Our battle is not of the flesh, but of
a pastor's kid. That's that is that's the I was exposed to those kind of things. I cannot take it off my mind. What else did that? As a pastor's kid's result, musical instruments. I got exposed at a young age.
Ito yung gusto kong sinabi. For our struggle is not with flesh and blood, but with the principalities, with the powers, with the world rulers of this present darkness, with the evil spirits in the heavens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was I remember that in this podcast. Pastor Chow shared it to me. And would you agree with that one? When you kill, say for example, an addict, a drug addict, you just killed the person, but you did not kill the spirit. That's what he said. Yeah.
So yung
It's very
kaya
true.
kung may kinakainisan kang tao,
Don't kill the person.
it's the spirit that is in him, not
Yeah.
yung tao mismo.
Yeah.
You know.
So don't hate don't hate, and don't hate. Just
Pray
hate this.
yeah.
Hate the spirit.
The evil spirit to be
Yeah.
gone
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah. My goodness, that story is for November 1, demon possession. I don't know what happened to.
Who says it's just
What do you think happened to her? Can you try
Clarita?
to? Yeah.
No, I never searched.
Never searched what happened to her.
Di ba wala na siya kasi noon pa yun.
Yeah,
Young ba siya?
yeah. She's 18 in 1953, 17 or 18, so maybe she died.
Death of 17-year-old. Bakit? Clarita.
When did she die?
15.
It's very interesting to know if after that did she convert into, yeah, what happened to her children, things like that. Did the thing ever came back? Those entities, did they came back? They come back actually?
Not sure, but maybe I'll search it later na lang.
Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting to. For those who are interested to read it, I think there are some books in Google Books. I think there are some books that you can read there. So I'm trying to search it, and I think I saw one. I don't want to read it because it's quite long. But I just want to give the story and to share it, and at the same time to say that sometimes when they make movies, that the thing is not accurate. I don't know why I'm having issue with that thing. People portraying a pastor into a priest. I don't know. I'm not having.
Because
I don't have anything against Catholic, but it's just that they got everything right. They got everything right from the prison where the victim was taken, the name of the doctors.
You're concerned of details, maybe.
The
You're a
name
detailed
of
person.
but then when it came to the exorciser, what they call the one, the exorcist, they changed it into a priest. So they can have, like, if they're a Catholic and they don't know how Protestant people exercise, they can just have a consultant. So
Sabihin,
I don't know.
approach mo na lang sila.
I have issues with that. Really. That is why. What is the reason why you're studying Greek?
Greek is the language in which New Testament was written. So the original language ng New Testament is in Greek.
Really?
So, yes. So because why Greek? Because of Alexander the Great na nagsulong na palawakin ang kaniyang kingdom at sa pamamagitan ng pagkakalat ng language nila. Yan.
Yeah, which is actually a very good way of, like conquering. You say, look at what's happening now with the English language, right?
Yeah.
You-
So and learning that history and then Bible, actually it's a magandang way to parang pagkaisahin ang people. It's a preparation. Right?
unify.
Yeah. It's one of it's one of how God prepared the way for before Jesus yung ano yun, Greece language, tapos Israel hopes, Rome roads, isa pa yon, yung mga roads na
All roads leads to Rome.
yung pinagdugtong-dugtong yung places, diba, para maging easy yung access sa ano. So lahat yon.
But Jesus' language is not Greek.
Jesus.
It's not Greek, right? It's
Hebrew.
It's Hebrew, right?
Yun ang next na aaralin daw namin. So actually, what we learned in Greek, it's the basic. So, ano pa yun? Greek 1 yun. At kung itutuloy-tuloy namin hanggang Greek 4. Pero I think pag bachelor kasi yung ano namin, program namin. So, pag masters yata. Pag masters ang kukunin namin, saka yung buong lahat na.
I want you to compare this. You were studying in college at the time that internet's not yet common, like not so common. And you're studying now that internet is everywhere. What's the difference?
May thing napansin ko rin there is somewhat of a advantage.
What's the disadvantages?
Yung parang nakarely na lang ako sa before, parang yung lang din, calculator at saka math. Parang I can sa pag
You don't need to memorize things.
Yeah,
like that.
I need to memorize and pero ngayon pag parang simple math lang hindi ko na masagot kasi nakarely na ako sa calculator, ganyan.
And same is true with
Same, that ganon.
You don't need to memorize, especially when you're in the language, you're learning new language, you have to memorize the alphabet, right? And at times you don't need to because you have the thing in your hand. Is it that?
Sa language.
Is it the same? Yeah.
Siguro I still have to memorize, pero parang this subject kasi Greek 1, hindi siya masyadong intense, though so parang fun lang siya, interesting, ganyan. Sometimes confusing, pero parang hindi pa kasi masyadong parang nasa intense level, kaya pero
hindi pa intense, nagre-relax ka.
kaya relax. So, pero I think I still have to memorize, but not so much. Ganyan. Kasi para may notes pa ako pag nagtra-translate kami, I have to go back to the notes, kasi may vocabularies eh.
The thing that the youngsters now did not experience is research, right? Researching in the library. Or you haven't tried that too?
I hope I have tried. Hey, I'm still young.
Yeah, and that is, I think that's the one that was made easy because of internet, right? Researching now is so quick, and actually you can learn a lot of things just by the internet. So yeah.
Learn parang short term learning.
I don't think so.
Depende sa sa memory.
It depends on your.
Kasi sa pagkarami-rami ng you have a lot going on. Parang you always feed kung ano nakikita mo sa you always feed your brain with it, and then parang punong-puno na hindi na masyadong ma-retain, diba? Sa
That's why the skill that you need to have now is the skill of discerning, or like structuring your learning so that you will only get those things that you need.
Yeah, those things
very
that
important.
are necessary.
Yeah. Aside from that, what else? Picky. We're going to PK. How many PKs have you seen that were like totally the opposite of their dad or their parents? Have you seen a lot? It totally is opposite in the sense that their parents are pastors and their children are not. Their children are the pasaway.
Yung
Have you seen a lot?
Yung total na, ano,
Yeah.
a lot? No. Not a lot, maybe.
Or maybe you are just aligning yourself with those that are not. that have not turned that have not turned 180 degree.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm just aligning. I'm choosing.
I'm not. It's because of your job, because of what you're doing, that you only meet those people and you cannot meet the other ones.
I don't choose whom I meet, diba? Pero siguro, I've heard, pero hindi talaga na-meet. Konti lang talaga. Well, I hear stories, pero
Yeah.
I haven't had, ano yata.
And I heard this one a situation where one of my co-teacher in Remnant told me this story. They have this pastor. He's a very good pastor, very charismatic, and then they have this fellowship. And while the pastor was preaching, I think his eldest son just went to the stage naked with nothing at all. And I don't know, at that moment when they were telling the story, I just imagined myself
Going and you're
I don't know, I just imagined myself that I'm the one in front naked, and apparently he's high. He's on drugs. He's on high during that
Pero hindi
time.
mo naman naisip ka, like, kung gawin mo kayo.
No, it just came to me when they were telling the story. It just, because when people are telling stories, you're imagining things, like you're trying to picture what is happening. Yeah. So the teacher was telling the story, and I was trying to picture what's happening, and then for some unknown reason, I just imagined that the guy naked in front of the whole congregation is me. And then, I don't know, that just happened.
Pero never mo.
No.
Wala naman.
No.
I think, yeah. I mean, pastors are not perfect, pero siguro, well, I cannot blame how yung mga ganun, yung parents or the other pastors, how they yung pag raise up nila ng kids, pero I think dahil sa mga there are many factors why pastors' kids go the other way, ganyan. Pero siguro in our case na lang, I just have to speak based on my experience. Dad was not just a pastor. He was a father, a loving father, and I've said before sa in the group na kasama ko noon na yung parang pinaka na appreciate ko kay Daddy is because he na represent niya si God through how he lived his life as a father. Ganyan. So whatever, yes, he is not perfect, but he did his best, I believe.
Yeah,
That's
the
why.
only difference, I think, the only difference of them to other parents is that they are put to a higher standard because they were seen as someone who has the connection with God, which is a wrong notion because every one of us has this connection to God, right? And every pastor has a pastor is a human too, and the only thing is also that I can tell them, if there's a pastor listening right now, is just don't give or do not burden your children with a lot of expectations of they have to behave like this because of person's expectation. Let them be them, and then just as a pastor you guide them to where they're as a parent, not as a pastor, as a parent you guide them to where they have to go, what's the right thing to do, but you end it there and you pray you pray that God will take care of the rest that you cannot handle. That's it, I think.
Yeah, for siguro yung yung lagi ring sinasabi na for especially for people in the ministry, and I'm one. Ministry is not so si God, family, and then ministry. Ganun yun. So it's not hindi na napapabayaan ang family dahil sa nagme-ministry ka na that's what I experience.
But there are some cases that nangyari, ano?
Yeah. Pero in my experience,
We've seen cases like something like that.
parang nabuhay kasi tayo na yung sabi nga ng teacher namin noon high school, public figure, public owned.
Yeah.
Or parang politician din. They're on call.
Exactly.
24 hours.
They are exactly
ganyan.
the same.
Pero sa akin actually, parang sa akin nasanay na akong yung ganun na. So parang it's not I didn't find na it's a big issue sa akin nun. Kasi hindi naman tayo nawawalan or hindi hinahayaan ng parents natin na wala silang time sa atin dahil lang sa ministry. They always find time for us. It's just that maybe may ilang cases lang na talagang they have to be gone, ganyan, pero not always. So siguro yun lang sa other pastors sana.
You have not experienced the time where they have to go to a seminar. And they have to go, both of them. You have to stay at home. There's 4 of us. I think there's 3 of us. You went to Lola's house. And we get to stay there for like a month.
A month?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I was too young. That's why I didn't know. Pero
I had to be there,
Pero still, I think they made time.
Yeah.
For us.
There's
children.
always that pastors conference, always, but I'm always going, and that's when I listen to stories. There are a lot of stories of pastors that, but I'm just relaying it. But I'm not saying that they neglected us. No, they really find time. My dad wakes me up, but this is one of the most important thing also. Always have a communication with your child. Like you talk to them. My dad, when I was studying, I was a little kid. He wakes me up at 5:30. So while he was preparing my food or in boiling water for me to use in taking a bath, we were just sitting there, and then Nyangiti inaramid yun ni Kalman, things like that. He will ask, what did you do? Ay, inamag mo din assignment mo? Ay, wala assignment mo? Do you have may assignment ka ba? Dangaralin, things like that. He does that. So it's like telling stories. But then in a way na that's him. That's his personality. He's a disciplinarian. So in a way, it's like a militaristic way. If you compare it with me, I changed my way of communicating to like, I don't really mind if the kid is like saying poor opo.
It's not our culture, diba?
Yeah.
Because we don't have po and open kankanaey.
Yeah, but in a way, with that, there's that sense that it's the way of communicating within his dad and his son, something like that. I have the feeling. Yeah, but then
iba siguro sa atin.
Yeah, the thing there is, there's the communication, right?
Yeah.
Of course, because they no parent, I would like to tell this, no parent ever had a proper and formal training to become a parent. So as a child, especially those who are saying that they were traumatized now, always remember that.
Pero siguro sa mga nauna, ngayon lang, meron na yung mga mentoring, yung,
I'm not also sure about that because
I mean, for people who seeks.
you know what I find funny about mentoring? Here's this two couple. They have a son or daughter, right? And then there's this counseling. I'm sorry. There's this person trying to give them advice about parenting, and when you're going to look at it, the person giving an advice is a single one.
Ay,
Giving-
hindi naman kasi. It's not like that. Meron
I
namang
find that funny.
I've heard someone who seeks advice from parents, couple din.
We also, but at the same time, we as a person, personally, we have the experience.
Yes.
That-
May
yeah.
mga unique naman ang
We have unique experiences, and we have seen some experiences of other people that we don't want our child to experience. So, using those experiences, you are going to devise a way for you to develop a way to train your child, something like that. So, again, I'm saying, so do not blame everything on your parent. Okay, there is, like I said, there was no formal training for them to become a parent. You have to be thankful that despite not having that, they brought you out to this world. They cared for you until you were able to think like that and blame them like that. So, you have to just be thankful. Just be thankful. Whatever bad experiences you have, to leave it in the past. That's the past. And I really hate, I don't know why. I really hate the word traumatize. And bad experiences will help you develop you to be a better person. Like the adage, there was this adage that we always say, what won't kill you will make you stronger. You're still now, you're here right now. You're here right now, you're alive right now. Those bad experiences made you reach this situation right now. So, that's it. Though there are some exceptions, like for example, abusive parents. There are those people, and like what we said in our for agreement episode, don't take that personally.
Yeah. I don't take it personally.
Don't take that personally. They are like giving. I mean, they are reacting to reacting to things because of their experience. Also, it's not you; it's them. Something like that. And going back to pastor's kid, don't take it personally when they say, "Come on, anak ni pastor." Parang hindi ka anak ng pastor.
Actually, hindi ko na siya naririnig. Siyempre, of course, nagmamature tayo. At,
and I don't hear it now because,
we really...
No, I think we came to that point where we already have our own identities already. Right? Yeah. We already have our own identities.
Yes. Yeah. And nagmamature din sila siguro. And...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, those who are saying that also have learned that it's not good to say it, right? So, actually now, kung titingnan mo, anak Iman, pastor di, yan, anak ni pastor yan, as compared to, yan, anak ng pastor. Parang, napalitan na ngayon, yan, anak ni pastor.
Maraming beses mo na ba siyang narinig? Sa akin, siguro 1, 2. Like, 2 lang. 2 lang. Sabi ko, it depends on what I do.
I am one of the, what do you call that one? It's like if I'm a basket that will catch the fruit of bullying, I am an open basket. And I've caught a lot. Let's
because
just put
you're
it
the
that way.
first child
and the first child at the same
Perks
time.
of
Yeah.
being a first child.
Do you know that
Perks.
because of their occupation also?
Disadvantage.
Yeah, this one is very important. Because of their occupation, they are, like I said, I was being bullied, right? Now, if I'm going to like tell them that this certain kid did this to me, and the second kid did that to me, they can't do anything also because like their hands are tied. It's a pastor, like I don't know.
Pastor, dapat hindi pinapagalitan ng anak ng yung
Yeah, parang
siguro nung
they
unang
don't
panahon.
want, I don't know, they don't want other people to see or witness that they are condoning their child, something like that. Yeah, something that
kahit hindi
that they want to defend.
yung anak nila yung
because
nagkasala.
stories can always be twisted. Stories can always be twisted. Like the child can say that he started it, that's why I punched him. Like
I
that,
feel sorry for you, but I think it made you who you are today.
No, I don't.
That
I have not. It's just a story. I'm not like nothing against those guys are my friend now, you know. so
Well,
yeah,
It's
nothing.
funny
against.
how life works. Sabi ni Michael Jr.
So yeah, it's funny how life works out. So that's it. That's correct. It's one of the things that people should wait. If things are not going good for you right now, wait it out. Always wait it out. Because I was thinking of it before, but I'm thankful that I did not do it. If you commit suicide because of this worst experience that you're experiencing, you will never experience these things that we're talking about right now. It's funny how life works out, right? Because you cut it short. So always, for those people who are listening, I don't know what brought you to this podcast. Maybe because of my most beautiful sister, or maybe because.
Pero pa kayo nakikinig kung 1 hour and 57 minutes.
Just to go back there. I want to tell you this. If you feel that life is unfair, that everything is at its worst, wait it out. Give up tomorrow. I like that term. The story of that person who was accused of killing the Chong sisters, and he was imprisoned. Paco Laranyaga, I want you to or just search it in YouTube. Give up tomorrow documentary. So what he did to survive the prison is, so he always tells himself, like, if there's that time, because we're just human, right? If there's this time that he wants to end it once and for all because of what's happening, like there's no hope at all, so he will always say, okay, I will just give up tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, he'll just say again, give up tomorrow, and then tomorrow, until it came to like years,
And was he released?
He was actually found guilty by the Supreme Court still.
So hindi na siya napalaya.
I don't want to spoil the documentary, but he was actually found guilty still by the Supreme Court. So he cannot appeal his case to a higher court because Supreme Court's the highest, right? So what happened was he was transferred to Spain because he's a half Spanish, half Filipino. He was transferred to Spain, and he's serving his remaining sentence in Spain. So it's a very good documentary.
1986.
It shows how crooked our justice system sometimes, when emotions are attached to a case, and especially when media get involved with a case.
I mean, who can prove that he is not guilty?
Actually, if you look at the evidence, because a lot of people are saying that he's not there during the time that these two sisters were abducted. So, well, anyway, it's just because what he says, give up tomorrow. So, for those who are listening and wants to give up, just say give up tomorrow. Find a reason to leave the day. Yes, find a reason to leave the day. And then tomorrow, find another reason. Live each day. Live through each day. Okay? Wait it out. Okay, something better is gonna come soon. I will promise you. I'm this at my age. I promise you, something good's gonna come out. You know, not tomorrow, not next year, but someday, somewhere in the future, something's gonna come up. And those experiences, those worst experiences that you're having right now, will prepare you for the victory that you're gonna be experiencing in the future. I'm telling you that. Because apparently, cases of rates of suicide in our country, I mean in our province, is going up.
Yeah, and it that becomes younger and younger.
Yeah, and there's this one thing we just had this one. I just heard this last Wednesday. There's a teacher in one of our municipality here in Benguet. Yeah, committed suicide also. Yeah.
Teacher?
Yeah, a teacher.
Oh my God.
Yes, so
But not in our hometown.
not in our hometown, but here in our province. But our condolences to the family.
You know
Yeah.
the cause?
We cannot say, but because if I'm going to tell the detail, everybody might know who she is. So, yeah, you want to read that?
Yeah. Because of that, we like one of the what we did because of the rise of suicide cases and even in or when I taught in the Bible school, we did we went to visit 2 schools. You're allowed to visit 2 schools too, just share inspiration, share the gospel to the students, and just let them dahil nga yun sa cases na
Yeah.
kasi mankayan I think is
Yeah, I think
mataas.
it started there
Yeah, mataas yung
before the pandemic, right?
Oh, yeah, mataas yung case kaya that's what one of the parang exam na ng students nung
I was even
sa
shocked because
subject.
the very first one who started was the daughter of one of my co-teacher. So I was very shocked. Like after that one, like 5 days after that was the neighbor. So it's when you go there, you'll have the eerie feeling because it's like this was the first house, and then just like below it, and what's between them is just a road. So that's the house, and this is the house of the second victim. You'll have that eerie feeling of, oh, what's really happening here? It's not normal already. It's like they're having a communication, or I don't know, but it's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Spiritual warfare. Anyway, in relation to what you did, like what you said, give up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Endure, kumbaga. Yung mas nagsusurvive daw is dun sa nabasa ko nung minamention ko sa'yo nun na ni Chip Ingram, Art of Survival. Mas hindi yung positive people, but those who endure.
Yes.
Yung sa James kasi siya naka-base. Yung book ng James. James chapter 1 verses 2 to 4. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. If we my other version sa NLT na lang. Ayan.
What happened to NIV?
NLT is, I guess, ito, faith and endurance. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For or you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. Di ba? Parang mas clear yung English. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing.
What is it? When you know that your faith is tested, you have a chance to
Grow. Di ba? Kasi parang, hindi ka natetest tala. Hindi, paano mo
Boring
malalaman
ang
patient
buhay.
ka kung hindi natetest ang pasensya mo?
And when there's this one thing, when you pray for the God will give you more patience. How will you do that? How will he do that?
Bibigyan ka ng pagpapasensyahan mo.
Yes. Yeah. Magbibigay siya ng tao na kaiinisan mo to practice patience. You know. And I think we are going to I don't know, maybe this broadcast this broadcast software likes the topic today because it did not stop.
Why 2 hours?
Yeah, for 2 hours it did not cut.
Ay, oo nga, ano to? OBS?
OBS, yes.
Yan yung dati?
Yeah, I just reinstalled it and then
So maybe
we did
just
things.
needs to be reinstalled.
Or maybe it liked the topic, that's why. Anyway.
I was the one who chose the topic.
So
anyway, you should cut, di ba, pag 1 hour. It's too long.
Yeah, I don't.
People
I like. I don't know. My thing here is I want it to be a conversation. It's not an interview. It's a conversation, right? And when you cut conversations, you cannot.
Part.
It's not genuine for me. It's not genuine for me. So I like it to be. It's a conversation. So people listens. People don't listen. Thank you so much.
It's a record of.
It's a record of conversation.
When we're gone, maybe you're apo and.
Yeah, and I know it's also
Diary.
funny. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not we should not be married to our own opinion, right? We should not say that our opinion now, we cannot say that our opinion now will be the same next year, right? Because maybe we have new insights, we'll be having new information that will contradict our opinion, and it's amazing to see how your thoughts are growing if you have this kind of recording. That's why I have this. And you can say that this was influenced by the Joe Rogan podcast and the Tim Ferriss podcast, Lex Friedman podcast, those podcasts. I really like the Tim Ferriss podcast. I like that one because that one I learned a lot.
I love Greg.
And
Michael Jr. and Craig Rochelle.
And
leadership.
the best podcast I want for solo podcast is the Monday morning podcast on a Thursday. Yeah.
How come it's
I don't know.
Monday morning?
It's just
Thursday?
he's a comedian, but I don't know. I don't know if you would like it because of the words. There are a lot of vulgar words there, but it makes sense. It makes sense. What he's saying makes sense. Actually, it's like an old man monologuing on things, on issues. But in what he does is he yells like he's angry at everyone. And it's funny. I like it. I like it a lot. I was trying to do that before, but I cannot do it because I'm not an old person. Anyway,
even the vulgar words.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I I curse sometimes, but that's not me. So, anyway.
And you shouldn't.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time. This is El Maestro Speaks podcast. Bye bye.